Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIYDreaming, and I don't know if you were just online with me a few minutes ago, but my son called like 5 times in a row and I had to hop off for a minute to talk to him about his orthodontist appointment. So I'm very sorry about that. Let me back up just a little bit and tell you what we're doing. On this video, we are going to be making coordinating pillows and a cute fall banner for fall. And this is what the banner looks like at this point. It came from Walmart. It says F-A-M. Then it says there's a pumpkin in the center, I, and we were just about to stencil the L and the Y, which we'll do that in just a second, using some Magnolia Design Company ink. Let me turn this back around the right direction. I created this banner in case you didn't see the earlier part of this video. I created this banner with my most favorite, ugliest stencil. And it's ugly only because, by golly, I've used it so much. This is called a Mandala Lace Stencil. You can see that I have loved it. I made a jean jacket, a pair of jeans. I made a really beautiful wood tray that I'll take a picture of and put in the comments. I made two pillows here, all this banner stuff. I know I made 2 or 3 other things with it. So your stencils can get looking kind of ugly and they can lose a little bit of their stick, but they still work just fine. So I just laid my stencil over the top of my little pieces of my banner that look like this. And I used this ink that I love. It's called Pumpkin Pie. It's this amazing orange. And I'm gonna pin a link, let's see. So you guys can go look. Okay, it's at the bottom. Everything is from Magnolia Design Company except for the banner itself, and that came from Walmart. And also some of these orange strings, those came from the 5.5-inch burlap ribbon that we use a lot here at DIYDreaming that looks like this. And also there's some burlap leaves that I'll show you in a minute that those came from Dollar Tree. Okay, so I just put my ink, the pumpkin pie ink, on the Mandela Lace stencil, and then I let it dry overnight, and now we're moving on to the next step, which is to finish this banner. We're going to use the Scrabble Tile stencil set. Looks like this. Also, there's a link down here. And both of these, you guys, are in the larger size stencils. So if you click on the stencil button, be sure to click on the filter and look at all the different sizes that they have. They also have a category for seasonal and a category for new. So, okay, so we're just going to take our little squeegee and some of the black ink, and I'm literally just going to, let's see, push this through the L and the Y. And I'm going to be careful not to go outside of my lines. I have a tendency to do that. So these stencils, you guys, are really sticky. If you're using them on wood or glass or paper or something, then you definitely want to fuzz them first. And I'm only talking right now about the green stencils. All right. You can fuzz them on, they have, Magnolia has a green fuzzing towel for like $8 that you might want to grab if you don't have something like that already. Or you can do it on a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, something that's kind of low in the lint department. This is what they look like. I'm just going to pull those off, and then I'm going to throw these into my little tub of water over here, face down, until I can get to my kitchen sink and clean them up. This is going to be so cute. Oh my gosh. And this is what they look like now. They're wet, so I'm going to try to be careful. L and Y. So it will say family. At the end, I made these little toppers to go on either side. Aren't those cute? Okay, these are the burlap flowers that you can get at Dollar Tree. And they have the maple leaf and the oak leaf. And I just applied a little dot of hot glue to glue them together. Then I took some of the strings from that burlap ribbon that we love so much from Walmart, tied it on to the base. I added one little black wood ball. And what I'm planning to do, I made two of them. Let's do it on this side so I don't mess up my project here, is when I hang this on my mantle, I will tuck the little wooden stem here into the end of my little banner. Can you guys imagine what I'm talking about? It's hard to explain. Anyways, this all goes together great. So I'm using the cream colored banner from Walmart, the orange burlap leaves from Dollar Tree, some orange strings out of the burlap ribbon from Walmart, some black beads, and, oh no, did I mess it up? Hopefully not. And it's gonna come all together and be really cute. Okay, let's move on to, I'm gonna move this out of the way gently, put it over here, and let's move on to the pillows. And I want to show you guys a couple things before I do that, actually. So, you know, there's so much you can do with that Mandela Lace stencil, and this is what I was forgetting. I knew I did a whole bunch of other things with this. If you don't have this, oh my gosh, this is the most versatile stencil. You don't have to use the whole thing, you can just use little bits and pieces. So, a few weeks ago I showed you how I stenciled on one of these burlap leaves from Dollar Tree using this Mandela Lace stencil and some black ink. We also did a stencil on the orange ones. We did two of them. And these are stencils and ink also from Magnolia. And I pinned a link at the bottom of the page. Okay, and then at Dollar Tree they have all these great wood shapes. So we used the Mandela Lace stencil on this oak leaf shape, and this is, this instance here is an olive colored paste, chalk paste. And you can see how I put the center of my Mandela Lace pattern kind of over here to the side. I like to do things sort of off to the side sometimes. Here's a pumpkin also from Dollar Tree that we made, and it has some of those strings on it again. And we did the Mandela Lace on this one too. So just be thinking about those kind of things that you can dress up a little bit to add to your fall decorating. Super easy, and I just think it takes it really to the next level. So this is a super good, oh, and you can also do the little leaves that they have from Dollar Tree with different stencils and paint. This is what they look like when you get them. Okay, let's throw these out of the way and let's go to the pillow now. And if you missed the first part, I've sort of covered what I did on the first part before my son called 5 times from the orthodontist appointment. But you can go back and watch that other video too if you want for more information. Okay, so let's go on to the pillows. So, gosh, a few weeks ago I got started on this project. I always have like 10 things in the works that I'm thinking about, working on, trying to figure out what's that next little thing that I can do that's gonna really make that project awesome. So about 3 weeks ago, I did this pillow form using this same pumpkin pie ink and this same ugly but well-loved stencil. Okay, and this pillow form here is from It's also from Magnolia Design Company, so you can look at it. It would be under the surfaces. So, and I think it's a pretty good deal. You get 2 of them for like $15 or $16. They have a nice little zipper in the bottom. And I am going to head over to probably Joann's or possibly Michael's today to get the correct size pillow for this, because this is a big pillow form. I think it's either, it must be 24 by 24 or 18 by 18. It's nice. Okay, so I did this, and this is pretty much done except for one thing that I have to figure out, and that is I made a boo-boo. Oops, darn it. I hate it when that happens. So I will probably put something in this top corner just to make it look like I did that on purpose. All right, and here's the coordinating smaller lumber pillow that I did, and I used the Mandala lace, just part of it in either corner. Isn't that cute? What do you guys think? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use this other stencil that says, I'll show it to you. I used part of this same stencil, one of the pumpkins and stems, on that centerpiece of the banner, okay? So this is part of it, and this is the other part. This is a great stencil. It's perfect for this pillow. It says, grateful, thankful, blessed. Isn't that nice? So I thought that we would do that just in the center of this pillow so that it's sort of connecting the 2 ends of the Mandela lace like this. You guys see what I'm talking about? Do you like this idea? You love the lumber cases. Yeah, and these are nice and generous, and they're like a, they feel almost like linen, sort of. They're not just a flat canvas fabric. They're really nice. Okay, so I don't want to stencil one side of the pillow and have my ink bleed through to the other side. So I'm going to unzip my pillow and get a whole bunch of paper towels to put on the inside. Just to make sure. I'm going to put these inside of my pillow and try to lay them as flat as I possibly can. Oops, there goes my stencil. So how are you guys doing today? Are you doing good? I'm really hoping that everyone that's in the path of Sally, the hurricane that's happening right now, that you guys are all safe and that it doesn't end up being as serious as what some of the forecasters are saying. I really hope so. Okay, where did my stencil go? Okay, so this is what it looks like. I always label the back. If I wasn't going to be using this on fabric, then I would for sure I would fuzz it. But since I'm using it on fabric, there's no need to fuzz it. So I'm just going to take it off carefully. You can see how sticky these green stencils are. They're awesome. They're nice and thick. They're super easy to work with. I do want to get my ruler because I want this to be relatively centered. And I know I don't usually suggest that you guys measure because I want you to enjoy your crafting time. But in this instance, I want it to be somewhat even. I think I'm going to do the words just a little bit higher than what would be exactly halfway. It's 2.5. It's 2.5. And let's see, does it look straight? I think it needs to go down on this side just a hair. Okay, so then I'm just really burnishing it on here. And this is what it's gonna look like. And we're gonna use black ink. We could use a dark brown, or we could even use the orange again. But I think I'm gonna use black, okay? And so, just need to grab another squeegee and a stir stick. And so this is what my squeegee looks like. If this was really detailed, I'd use those new paintbrush squeegee sticks, but it's not. I'm just gonna use a piece of a squeegee. So I'm just using my stir stick to push some of the ink that's up on the sides down into the little pot. That'll make it easier for me to access it. And those little stir sticks are a great thing to have too. I have like 4 sets of them and I use them all the time. And they're reusable. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some blobs of this. Now when you are doing ink on fabric, here's a couple of things, and I hope it turns out good because I'll be embarrassed if it doesn't. One thing is you want to just cover your surface. You don't want to keep going over and over and over it, because if you do, the fibers in your fabric will grab your medium and they'll spread it all out and it'll look fuzzy. It won't look sharp and crisp. So resist the urge to keep going over and over and over it. So I'm just I am gonna take the big clumps off. And I'm looking to see, did I get everything covered? You can see it really doesn't take very much ink. I don't want to go outside of my line at all. And I do want to be careful that I don't get it on my hands. So can you guys see how I'm just covering my areas? We'll peek in just a second and we'll see what does our coverage look like before we pull it all up. Okay, I'm looking at my project to see, are there any, oh, I gotta get this off my fingers because I don't want to get it on my project. Okay, this is what it looks like. So let's take a little peek here and see, how does it look? Oh, please be good. It's never going to be completely perfect, but it looks great so far. I don't see any areas that really need to have more ink. Oops, that A just a little bit, but I'm going to leave it and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because if I go back over it, will have a risk that I'm going to get it on something. Okay, so let me throw this in my tub of water. I'm going to kind of have to fold it up on itself just a little bit. Okay, let me show you what I have. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest pillow ever. Oh, what do you guys think? Is that not awesome? Okay, you can see on the A, there's just one teeny little spot towards the top of the A where I didn't quite get all of the ink, but everything else is nice and crisp. And I love the print on this stencil. Give me some hearts if you guys like this, if you think this is cute. I think it turned out great. Okay, so it's gonna look darling with the coordinating pillow sham and with the coordinating banner, which I'm going to come show you one more time. M pumpkin I-L-Y. And then we're going to add those little doodads of the strings and the burlap leaves, these things on either end. So it's going to be really, really cute. I'm excited. Let's see. Okay, I want to just show you a couple other little quick things and then I will hop off. If you think you want to do any of these projects, you can get both sizes of the pillowcase things, the pillow forms, all the stencils, the Mandala Lace, the Grateful, Thankful, Blessed, the Scrabble tile set. What else did I use? I think that's pretty much it. All of those, plus you can get the ink. And we used the orange, the pumpkin pie, and the black. You can get all of those right down here. I pinned a link at the bottom of the page. You can just go check it out. See what they have there. They have some new seasonal stencils. They have a really big variety of stencils and they're always coming out with new things. Like it feels like almost every week. So go take a peek at that. What I also wanted to show you was this idea of tea towels. And this tea towel here, it's actually called a bar towel. It came from Target last week. It was in the $3, it was a $3 towel. It's really nice. And what I wanted to show you is that a lot of times when these things have this in the corner, you can actually stencil it and then hang it over your oven and you can just feed the other end of it through the loop. And so I used that same pumpkin ink, which I think looks so good with black, and this cute stencil that says, "With God, all things are possible." And I've used that stencil on quite a few different things. Here's one more thing that I did it on. And this is from Magnolia too. So, yeah, so be thinking about if there's a color that you want to pull into your house for whatever the season is. Like for me, for fall, it's this pumpkin colored orange. Then you can pull little touches of it throughout your house. So I'll have my family room with the 2 pillows and the banner. And then in my kitchen, hanging over the stove, I'll have some black and white towels and then this little black and white bar towel with the orange, with the pumpkin stencil on it too. Okie dokie. Well, I have definitely talked a lot. Oh my gosh, and I see a whole bunch of stars that people did. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's super kind of you. If you have questions, let me know. I'm going to hop off in just a second and I'll answer all your questions. If you need a specific link to something, just let me know and I'll write you back with that exact link directly to that product. For example, if you want just a link straight to the Mandela stencil, let me know. So put that in the comments and I'll send that to you so you don't have to bother looking at anything else. And if you liked this video or you like any of the other ones that I do here at DiyDreaming, feel free to sprinkle. What else? Make sure that you've liked and followed my page and turned on your notifications. And I think that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching. I'm really sorry that we got interrupted the first go around. Oh, I see somebody that just gave me a comment with a whole bunch of those pumpkin colored hearts, which I love. Anyways, thanks for watching and I will see you guys later. I'll take pictures. I'll put those in the comments here and I'll also put them on the page. Okay, see you later.